All right, Gemini. Hey Gemini. Um, Gemini. But anyways, this is your reading for the Gemini full moon energy or whatnot. I'm gonna be channeling with the Caribbean, West Indies spirits who are supporting your highest good and the highest good. So let's get in there. I want to do that one again, just in case. I'm definitely gonna do it. Whatever. I'm gonna do that one again. I don't like the way it came out. It was weird. Still kind of came out that way too, so that's definitely what it is. It usually is, but I just wanted to do it again anyway. Gemini, you gotta be careful, especially when it comes to like the swords, like the mental, what you say, and all that stuff. I think you just gotta be careful. Okay. Too much. Way too much. Come on now. It's just going everywhere. I don't like it. Why do I feel like there's something about you making things harder than it needs to be? Mm. So, Geminis, this is your reading for the Gemini full moon energy. You got the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, which is a summary of the Queen of Swords, you got the Four of Cups. Top of the deck, you, as you're watching this right now, you got the Five of Swords. And then to clarify the Queen of Swords, you got the Eight of Wands, accelerated motion. You got the Two of Swords, mental conflict. And you got the Emperor card, authority. And then the Oracle card you got is at day's end rest. I find peace in nature and rest my body and mind in order to connect to spirit. And then you've got the deer, the earth animal deer for your advice. And I'll read all of that at the end. Um, y'all might be making something harder than it needs to be. Things should be going quick and like the magic should be happening quick and like on point for you guys, especially since like the moon is a full moon in your sign. And you may be overly like haughty or like there's something about haughtiness or like limiting self because you feel like you need to be too like tyranty. Let's see. So some of you guys may be seeing 444 a lot. That may be some number for you. Something about your stability, your security, protection. Okay. And then there's something about possibly a sharp tongue. Something about I feel like you may be overthinking something, and even though it might be limiting, like overthinking something and just like psyching you out in a way where it's limiting or something like that, or just like causes more confusion. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you're making it harder than it needs to be. Something harder than it needs to be. Something about a sharp tongue or being too serious or being too much on something that like especially mentally that like it just causes conflict. Like there doesn't need to really be any conflict, but there's conflict because of being too serious, too on something. And now it's just like putting you in a head spin type of thing. Yeah, this is mental a lot. Something, things sped up, things started to move, things sped up, things started to move. And it's like maybe you felt like you had to make a decision, like it was decision time or something like that. You had to get serious about something, but at the same time, it just kind of puts you in your head. Maybe you're overthinking it. That's all I'm really getting. And then there's something about like let me look at what the Four of Cups is like in this deck as well. Sense of boredom and dissatisfaction with environment and possibly self, longing for change, action must be taken, but seeker is hesitant. Yeah, it just feels like you're limiting yourself or you're just too on something. It's given like you're too much like a tyrant or serious, and it doesn't even have to be that serious, like whatnot, or it's just like putting yourself in a head spin or something like that. And then it's giving me this energy of like yeah, you have authority and you're the emperor and stuff, but it's like even I don't know what, thinking you're too good for something? I don't know. Like you're the emperor, you have this authority, and then you're just like, that doesn't please me because I'm too good for this, or like something about that, just too up there. It's not hot. I feel like it's haughtiness, but it's not at the same time. I just feel like it's like too much. Like think. This is your moon, so like it's like you should just like chill out. Yeah, chill from conflict. Chill from conflict. Any conflict that's going on is not, you don't have to like, I don't feel like you have to do anything. And I'm saying that because this is right on top of each other, the Five of Swords and this card. Like, I don't feel like you really have to be that serious or uptight. Something about nature. Maybe you need to go in nature and chill for a bit. Because the Dare card talks about nature a little bit as well, or it feels like needing to be in nature. Yeah, it's just something about like not on stuff or being or saying no to stuff or being like, no, I don't want that. Because it's like too much of thinking, too much of doing too much mentally and being so serious and the think. You're the I think sign, so maybe you feel like since things are moving or happening quick, you feel like, oh, I gotta do this now, I gotta do this, or I gotta do this a certain way, and da da da. But it's like making you run into conflict even more, though. So yeah, there's something here about like taking authority, taking charge. Like, it's not a seriousness, it's more like knowing what you want and like basically like stating what you want, like setting boundaries, just easily set boundaries. Okay. Say if like it's like you don't have to go off on someone if something about boundaries, like you don't have to overdo something. You don't have to go off on someone about your boundaries. You just state it very like calmly and like just matter of fact and leave it there. And if they cross it, you just leave that person alone. Um, or just be straight up about your boundaries or be straight up about something. Like say it and then just leave that shit alone and let things play out and then you act accordingly afterwards or whatnot. It's not like going off on someone if they cross your boundaries or something like that. If they didn't know about the boundaries in the first place, like just simply state it matter of factly. And if they do cross a boundary that you definitely like set and you said, right? You act accordingly. You just leave. Like, that's what I do. I don't really have to go off on anybody. Like, I just literally state what it is, and if I see some weird shit going on, I just exit very much Queen of Swords like very chill and whatnot. Especially if you told someone that. Some of you guys, maybe like you've been led to like, yeah, do some type of boundaries or whatnot, right? But like it's like taking it overboard or overdoing it. Sometimes rejecting people at the first whatever. So it's like I said, what if somebody didn't know your boundaries or something like that, and you're like, oh, this person did that, so it's like, oh, whatever, fuck them. 555, I see here. It's like no, like state it matter of factly, and like that's it. There's something also about just like you being either bored or like Leaving things alone, it feels like too easily or too quickly, or like something with what you want and like taking charge of, like taking authority, taking charge of yourself, right? But like missing out or rejecting things left and right or something like that. Set your boundaries, like I said, matter of factly, but be careful of like setting your boundaries to the point or just acting out in a certain way where it's like overdoing it. Because you actually could miss out on something that's good. Or like it's giving me the key from Dave Chappelle, keeping it when keeping it real goes wrong. You're in some type of conflict right now. You as you're watching this right now, Five of Swords. There's some type of conflict going on. I'm wondering if like you went off on someone verbally as well or something. It feels like bringing conflict to yourself, honestly, or whatever you want to put it in whatever way you're experiencing this. And it's like things are happening quick, things are starting to move, possibly because like the energy is the full moon in your sign. Things are starting to move, things are starting to happen quick, and you feel like you need to make a decision or you feel like you're in your head. Take control, but like proper control. Because the Emperor is a similar way as well. The Emperor upright is a similar way as well. Like the Emperor could be a tyrant or an emperor, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of like matter of fact type of things, not like just going off in a way. Maybe you need a nap. And I'm not even like saying that in a jokey way. Like, I mean, literally, maybe you need a nap or something like that. You need to go into nature. Maybe you're thinking too much. You're overthinking over whatnot. Mm. So let's read this. At day's end rest, I find peace in nature and rest my body and mind in order to connect to spirit. This card is a reminder that rest is as necessary a part of life as work is. Your body and mind need time off from the hectic pace of life. Whether you take an hour off during the day to recharge your batteries or a day or week off from work, you need to do this. By running on empty, you are unable to put 100% effort into your work and life. Eventually, your body will manifest symptoms of dis-ease to force you to take a break. Do not let it get to this stage. Wow, it's very interesting because it's right under the Five of Swords. Maybe that's what it is too. I don't know. Recognize and respect your body's signs of overwork and fatigue. Time off in nature is extremely beneficial to recharge and re-energize your body and mind. Create a tranquil sitting area under a tree in your garden and spend a peaceful hour sitting grounded to Mother Earth each evening instead of sitting in front of the TV or computer. When you take a break from work or situations, you are able to view them from a different perspective. It is only when you step away from your life that you can truly see your own accomplishments. So, yeah, go into nature, y'all. If you don't have a garden, a backyard, and all that stuff, just go somewhere where there's nature. Go to the park, go on a hiking trail. Okay, and then here's your advice. The earth animal deer. It says loving, intuitive, graceful, the mother. The deer represents the feminine aspects of earth energy. This energy is available to all creatures, regardless of gender, but is especially potent in new parents. During the first few days, they are fully present, nurturing, and calm. Their inner beauty radiates, and a sense of grace calms the room. A deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them toward a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. When in balance, receptive, compassionate, nurturing. When out of balance, concerned, protective. To bring into balance nature and children. So that is it, Geminis. Relax. This is your moon. That is it for your reading. The only sign here is Aries. And yeah, Aries could be too much like it's 444 right now. Aries could be too much like like they're cardinal signs, and sometimes they could be too much like put that energy out strong and fast and quick, and then it could burn. I see 222 there as well. It could quickly burn out, or like they are like in the moment type of thing, like where they immediately go or whatnot, and then like sometimes like and then it will fizzle out, but like what they like went forward and like already did out of like impulse is already like there, you know what I mean, type of thing. So it's giving me that. So yeah, Aries, the moon was in Aries last week. It was the first quarter moon last Wednesday, and it was the waxing gibbous moon last Thursday. So something about that, those days could be prominent for you. So you can have Aries in your chart. Maybe you're an Aries watching this and you have Gemini in your chart. Um, it could be the energies of, like I just said about the Aries energy, and it's just being too quick and hot, like on things. Doesn't mean it's not haughty. I feel like it's just being too quick and hot on things. Like just be like, oh, like, or too quick to respond or whatnot, when you should just chill and kind of like let things play out or something like that. Too quick to hop on something or do something. I feel like something like quick with the mouth too. And it's like it could fizzle out real quick too, but like the results or the remnants of like what you hopped on is still technically there. Hence the Five of Swords that could be here. But yeah, you can have that in your chart. Um, that could be your sign, just watching Gemini for like one of your other signs. It could be like one of the planetary placements. It could just be the energy of um all of this. But yeah, that is it. For your Gemini full moon energy reading. If you would like a personal reading, you can visit my Linktree or you can email me to set up a day and time. They both will be in the description box for you to see. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's very much appreciated and is helpful. Peace out, y'all.